Welcome back to Public Affairs on Peach, and today we are talking about the Hope Scholarship and a study that says it could run out of money by the year 2028. Now, the study's author is Nancy Bradisher, and you see her here joining us today, and we want to welcome you once again. So talk to me a little bit about how the lottery, and of course you had already established that the lottery, if there was no lottery, Georgia Lottery, there would be no Hope Scholarship, but is demand up for Hope Scholarships as it relates to lottery? Is that why this has become another problem?
I think several factors play a part. Demand is certainly one of them. Teachers and counselors now start talking to students in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade about their college potential and about how their classes will fit into their goal to reach the goals of Hope. So that's one of the things students, have jumped onto Hope. This fall at UGA, 98% of the first-time freshmen will be on the Hope Scholarship or the Zell Miller Scholarship. So clearly, everyone wants to take advantage of it. So demand is certainly a part of it. I think the other factor that I'd like to mention is the cost of a college education. At UGA this fall, the students are told to expect that college will cost them $25,000 for 1 year. And we all know what it cost when we went, a little bit less.
My gosh.
And of that, tuition and fees are about $11,000.
Wow.
So I think those two are two factors, but it's a complex subject. But if I had to hit on a couple, I'd say those make it.
And you haven't even gotten into, clothing and food.
Right.
I mean, oh my gosh, it is so expensive.
Right.
So here's something else. Think about this, because if you have a child or children in elementary, middle, or even high school, and you want to give them advice, what do you say to them as it relates to the Hope Scholarship?
I would say that the General Assembly knows the value of Hope. Some of the members of the General Assembly have been Hope recipients. So I think you can feel confident that they'll do their very best to keep Hope.
Right.
But I would say to you, still strive, regardless of whether Hope is there, strive for its top achievements. It won't hurt you whether you get the Hope Scholarship, any other scholarship, or just go on in life. To exceed at the top standards only works out for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's something else too, because it's safe to say, you just brought up the costs associated with going to college. The costs have always risen, and so it will continue to rise. How will that affect the Hope Scholarship? Those costs will rise. Will there be an increase there for those who are applying for the scholarships?
Well, I think that's a topic for deep discussion of the General Assembly. Tuition has gone up, not just in Georgia, but nationally. And so I think there needs to be thoughtful consideration of, what the future looks like. And are we going to be ready for it and ready to keep Hope, the viable program it is today? As you said, even 71% to 88% is still high hopes for people.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the difference between 0% and 71. I'll take that any day of the week, especially if you had nothing.
Right.
So what other reforms are needed, though, in your opinion, as it relates to the Hope Scholarship so that it maintains throughout the years?
Well, my mission was not to find solutions to this, but rather we felt that there wasn't a clear understanding of where Hope's been, its history, what it's done for the state, and then the potential to run out of money in 2028. But there are a number of options on the table. Okay. The Committee to Preserve Hope supports the casino legislation, which would provide funding for Hope in pre-K. Okay. There's talk of income, changing it to a needs-based program. Okay. There's a number of ideas that are out there, all of which deserve a thorough examination.
Sure.
Because again, what I would say to people is, tell your legislature, keep the eye on the prize.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Nancy Bradisher, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Absolutely. Giving Hope the Hope Scholarship. Definitely. So when Public Affairs on Peach returns, we will talk to a leading state legislator because Nancy just said, got to talk to your legislators all about funding Hope. That's when we return. Stay with us.